Hey guys, how's it going? In today's video, we're going to go through a head fan replacement on an American DJ Vizi Beam RXOne. These are really cool lights if you can keep them running. One of the problems is that the fans in these lights are notorious for failing. So on this one, the base fan went out, causing the ballast to overheat and causing a lamp off condition where the light would just randomly lamp off. Well, now my head fan is starting to go out, and we're back not even a few weeks later with the lamp off condition. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do the head fan replacement. A lot of guys order the stock ADJ fans, and that's fine. But what I'm using these. These are StarTech. Really nice 60 by 10 millimeter fans, and I'll put a link in the Amazon video description. I'll put a link in the video description for these fans. So now the first thing you're gonna need a pair of wire cutters, and you're gonna need a screwdriver that it's not a bit, just a straight Phillips screwdriver is the easiest thing to use. Now the first thing you need to do is you need to look at the back of the light here. You see here it says lamp access. This is not the side you want to take off. So I'm actually going to take the light here, I'm going to rotate it around. I'm going to turn it around where the back is facing me, but lamp access is on the bottom. Because we're not accessing the Osram 1R lamp. And then what I'm going to do is, thanks to Magic Video Editing, I'll be back in a flash. But I'm going to take this cover off and show you inside of the light. Okay, now that we're inside of this fixture, you can see how well made this light is. There's your 3-phase motors for your shutter and your frost, and your color. This is for your color and gobo wheels here. This one right here controls the prism rotation. But what we're interested in here is this crown fan here. Now the way this is mounted in there is going to be a little bit difficult to get out, but not too bad. We can easily get this fan out of this fixture. So the first thing you're actually going to need to do is you're going to need to snip the zip ties here and here, and then take the screws out of the fan. So I'll be back again in a flash, thanks to the magic of video editing. Okay, so here's where we're at. I took out 2 screws on the fan, which allowed this piece to come back freely, the little lamp guard here. And the other thing is I clipped a zip tie here to allow these wires to move around a little bit more freely and allow me to basically remove this fan out of the light. So with these 2 screws coming out now, this fan should come right out of the light. Okay, so now I have the fan out of the light, and here's the 60 by 10 millimeter fan. This is a little bit thicker than the one out of there. As you can see, there's a lot of up and down and quite a bit of side to side slop in this fan. This is practically a new fan. So we're going to be replacing this with that StarTech fan. So now the next thing you're actually going to need to do is you're going to need to clip the connector off of this light, off of this fan. So I'm going to clip this connector off, and I'm going to basically splice it to the connections on this fan. I'll show that in just a second. Okay, so I've attached the wire to the connector here, and this is basically what you should be left with. I just did the old under the hood car splice. You could solder, you could do the DuPont connectors, you could basically do whatever you want here. I just chose to do a car repair under the hood splice, and this has been tried and true. This works for me on this repair. I've not had one come back, so do it however you want to. Now, one of the things you'll notice is a little discrepancy here. You have a blue wire here, but a yellow wire here. Tie those together. It's the same connection. The blue over here is the control line. The yellow over here is the control line. Red and black on both are VCC and ground. So next I'm going to go ahead and install this on the light and show you that it works. Okay, so the fan is now installed. I'm going to do a little more tightening up. But one of the things I wanted to show you guys is always If you cut zip ties in a fixture like this, always, 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 always replace these zip ties. Because if you don't, something could fall down here and get in the lamp panel and get against the lamp and melt. We do not want that. So always replace zip ties. Now, I don't want to get some comments on this right here. This is far, far away from the lamp, and these motors don't generate that much heat. So these right here are fine. If this was closer to the lamp than what it is, I would consider some heat-resistant tubing or something like that. But because of where this, the proximity of this to the lamp is where it's at, it's perfectly fine. All right, so the light's back together, and you're going to witness with me if this light powers up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go right into my power con. Inside, I feel some really good air output coming out. Good air being drawn through. One of the things that I do not like about these fans are louder. So if you're in a really small room, I would actually go with the more silent fans. You've got some really, really good output. Now, one of the things you're going to notice is, if you're anything like me, I do not allow these lights to lamp on when they receive power. So if I get my phone to focus here, I'm going to go into my menu. And I'm going to go to a command called lamp on. And I'm going to allow that to happen. So if you look up in the light here in just a second, I should see the lamp. And sometimes you can look through the barrel here and see the lamp. But I'm going to allow this to warm up for just a second. Now then, now what I like to do to make sure that everything works on the light is I'm going to go back into my menu. And I'm going to go to the auto test. I'm going to allow that to happen. This is going to swing the light around. It's going to open it up. We're going to make sure we get a good solid beam of light, good strobe. My color wheel's rotating. My gobo wheel is rotating. My prism comes in. It rotates. My frost filter comes in. Basically, that's a good quick test to make sure that this fixture is performing like it should. Now, one of the other things I'm going to do here is I'll feel again, make sure that this fan's still moving some air. And it is, I can feel it moving air. I'm going to run this light for a little bit, and I'm going to check the temperatures. I want to make sure that this light is still working as it was when I got this light in. I want to make sure that the lamp will stay on now. Basically, this is just a good test to make sure that this fixture is still performing exactly the way it should. If there's any falters in performance, then we'll take it apart and fix it. So that's how you replace a fan on an ADJ Vizi Beam RX1. Thank you for watching.